Football.
Can't escape this bullshit.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Welcome to the PoP Fantasy Football 2022 Week 6 recap, brought to you by PanelsOnPages.com. I'm Jason Nyes, representing the Gotham Rogues, and joining me as usual, representing Run the Justins, Jose Guzman.
Got 2 in a row, baby. It feels good.
And representing the 2021 PoP Fantasy Football champion, Brooklyn Dark Knights, PoP Fantasy Football Commissioner Tito Cruz.
Gabe Davis.
And
you putting him in your lineup this week?
He was in my lineup last
sure
week.
Was against Mahoney.
Yep. We'll get to that.
And speaking of Mahoney, Dan Mahoney is on assignment this week, so he won't be joining us. Well, Week 6 was one of the lowest scoring weeks in PoP Fantasy Football since the introduction of PPR, with only one team cracking 100 points. So let's get right into it before Dan Snyder brings this whole thing crumbling to the ground. Over to Tito with our Week 6 scoreboard.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Only one team scored over the 100 points. And lucky for me, it was me.
Yes.
My Week 6 matchup was against our good friend, our good buddy, Dan Mahoney. And it's Tell him Kelly eats Band-Aids. I came out on top 109-78. Now,
Oof.
Dan's team got off to a horrible start on Thursday with Carson Wentz only giving him 3 points.
Not so sturdy, Carson Wentz.
So
That's a
I went
shame.
into Sunday. Here's my thought process going into Sunday. I picked up on Sunday morning Daryl Henderson Jr., the running back from the Rams. Yep. And that's when I decided to start Gabe Davis. I was like, you know what? If he's going to have a good game, it's going to be against Mahoney.
Sometimes this might be in the running for Fake Crime of the Year. Just the Gabe Davis fiasco. Who was even saying the name Gabe Davis before Mahoney? And then all of a sudden, Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis.
So going into Sunday, my starting lineup, instead of Daryl Henderson Jr., I had Kareem Hunt there. And Robinson was going to be my flex instead of Gabe Davis.
Good call. Oh, Daryl Henderson was just sitting on waivers, or did somebody drop him?
He got dropped.
Jose dropped him.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, I had
Because
to.
Akers came back.
Yeah, because look at
Yeah,
this.
he was playing like shit.
Week 1, 8-5. Week 2, 10. Week 3, then he followed up with a 1, a 4-5, and a 5.
Yeah.
I dropped him, I think, like around like the 4-5. I had it was
You had to do it.
necessity. Like I'm not holding on to
Yeah.
a dude who's not doing dog shit for that.
I picked up Henderson knowing that they said Cam Akers was out. So I was like, okay, I'll pick him up. I don't have my running back depth chart isn't that stellar. Robinson hasn't been doing very well
I think
recently.
I picked up. Who was I? I don't know. Who knows? Never mind.
So that's pretty much what it was. A gamble on Sunday morning is what I went with. And so Mahoney with 3 points from Wentz. The rest of his team didn't do that great. Mozart, who I traded him for Gabe Davis, got him 4.5 points.
That hurts. That even hurts more. Was not only did the guy he gave you show up, but the guy you
Wow.
gave him,
Did not.
you sent him a fucking spy.
Saboteur.
Hey,
Oh.
break it down from the inside. Trojan horse.
Jamar Chase was the only one who really, really well, and his kicker suck up. But
Mhm.
Jamar Chase really did work for him.
And, you know, I said last week, you weren't here, Tito, but I said even at 1-4, I still was afraid of your team. Like
I heard, I listened to the show. I appreciate that.
it.
Yeah, his
if you
bench,
look
he
at-
still has Devontae and Amon St. Brown on the bench.
So I lost that game by 1 foot when Debo didn't get into the end zone, and I wound up losing that game by 1 point.
they've been a couple close weeks for you.
Yeah, I lost the week before last week by 3 points. So I mean, there's been some close games that if a ball this way, a ball that way, and I come up on top on 2 games. So it's.
And Mahoney didn't really make a bad play because his highest bench scoring most points on his bench, Deontay Johnson, 4.5 points.
Right.
Mahoney,
And he was hit by the bye bug this week as well with Jacobs and Carlson out.
But I think
So
Mahoney is going to
kickers.
struggle until he can find somebody reliable at that quarterback spot. How
this is
he
what
got
happens
a
when you
record
do
of
not
This
value the quarterback.
Isn't it hilarious, Mister? You can fucking find a quarterback anytime to give you 10 points. Is having the most trouble finding a quarterback to give him 5.
But it was a gamble because Russell Wilson could have come into the season and put up 30 points a week.
Right. That wasn't a bad draft
Yeah.
pick for him. Going
No,
into
no.
that was not. He had Judy and
Everybody's
Sutton to
list.
throw to, so yeah. So nobody expected Russell not to cook.
Yeah, because he's got Cortland Sutton, and
Judge Judy.
No, he doesn't even have Judy anymore.
Well, Russell has
No,
Doug
but
Judy.
Mahoney doesn't have Judy.
No, but I'm saying Russell does.
right.
Oh, I thought you were saying, yeah, but what I'm saying is Mahoney had Russell and Cortland Sutton.
The connection.
Right. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So, like, going in to week 1,
That was his stack.
you
He
would
said it.
think
That was my
that
stack.
would have been an amazing play all season, and it just has not turned into that.
Sutton had 2 receptions for 14 yards.
I mean, what the fuck, dude? And then the Chargers playing down to their level with a barn burner of a 16-19 fucking
You got
snooze fest.
Like we're doing a week 6 recap, and you got so many teams in the NFL that have not scored offensive touchdowns.
Yeah,
Let's go to our
embarrassing.
our next game. We got Mary Nyes and her Dagobah Seagulls against Mel's Melf Hunters. Mel's team coming up on top 96.5 to Mary's 85.5. Joe Shiesty coming through for Mary big time with 38 points.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what carried her. She got
Good thing
donuts
he did.
from Elijah Moore.
Yeah, well, and Nick Chubb held in check. New England.
So
don't give a
again,
fuck.
The bye bug. She doesn't have Henry. She doesn't have Hawkinson. 2 of her key players that got her to those 4 wins are missing. So now you're plugging in people who you normally wouldn't put in.
And
You know,
she still
Pollard
got,
wouldn't be.
Corduroy Pete on IR.
Yep. So she
Has
got Pollard in.
not been doing well. I mean, he's got a
He's
few
been
double-digit
splitting.
weeks.
He's been splitting carries. With the thing is that it's kind of like a running back by committee over there right now,
Which
with
one?
him and Tony Pollard and Zeke.
Yeah. Zeke showed up with a decent game, though.
Yeah.
And she's
So-
probably also not going to win when Mike Evans isn't heating up. If Brady's throwing like
Mike
shit,
Evans.
if Mike Evans isn't catching at least a touchdown, she's having a bad week.
Yeah. And then on
And
the
Mel's
other
team-
end,
Mel's team is scary, man. Jalen Hurst,
he
Eckler,
finally got Alec Pierce in his lineup.
Barkley. You know, just those 3 guys right there. Barkley's having a great comeback season.
Mm-hmm.
Kittle finally had a Kittle-like game.
Yeah,
So he has
he's
pieces
been
there, man.
underwhelming.
And then he had Ayuk on his bench with 24 points.
Oh, fucking Justin Tucker, who has been perfect in something like 15 straight games, missed that
Missed one.
long ass field goal. That probably would have
Yep.
been an extra at least 5 points.
And I was happy as a Giants fan.
Yeah, look at these fucking Giants, huh?
Don't say anything, Jose.
You jinxed my Mets, Jose. I blame you for that, okay?
What
Just
did I
want you
do
know
to
that.
the Mets?
You said, "Oh, what the hell? The Mets? They're good all of a sudden." I'm like, "Shut up! Nobody's supposed to notice."
No, the Mets fucked up when they publicly announced they were holding out their fucking top dude for the next series.
No, the Mets fucked up. Here's where they fucked up. I don't know if you guys know their closer's theme song. He comes out to the song called Narcos, which is a big trumpet intro, right? Yes, that.
Yeah.
So they had the guy who plays that come out and intro him one day. And it was like they won something. I'm like, what are you doing? You guys haven't won shit yet. And from that moment on, they go to shit.
Yeah, save that entrance for WrestleMania, not for fucking Hell in a Cell.
That's a World Series.
You save that entrance for the following year when you're hanging the banner.
Ooh, yes.
That's when you save that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy plays you out on the stage when you make your speech.
Especially as a team like the Mets, who has had a hard time, and the fan base is nothing if not a little stitious.
Yes. Listen, they won their first World Series in 1969, and you know what they kind of credit? The one thing if you ever see like the team yearbook or something like that, they'll credit a black cat running in front of the Chicago Cubs dugouts who were leading the division at the time. So they credit that because then the Cubs went to shit and the Mets took over first place and wound up winning the World Series.
Logic makes sense to me.
Well, I mean, for the longest time, the Cubs had
and
the fucking goat
in the
thing.
1986 World Series, when the Red Sox were beating the Mets in Game 6, the scoreboard flashed, "Congratulations, Red Sox, World Series champions." And then they lost.
No.
Yes.
That's like them bringing out the trophy for the Spurs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Well, this has been baseball talk.
Yeah, this isn't baseball talk. Sorry. So you got me rambling.
No,
all right,
good.
Next game. So we got the Cock 6 Calibot 5000 beating Goat's Turd Ferguson 79-69.
Fucking Trapian robot. That's all I gotta say.
Poor Goat.
Goats had bad luck with our league.
Again, though, Brady. The Tampa Bay experiment might have ended.
I think, and it's hard to say, obviously, right? Like, he's a professional. He's been doing this a long time. He's probably the best at his position to ever do it. But the outside stuff might be really getting to him.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of shit going on outside of football that's fucking with him. It doesn't look like he's having fun. It doesn't look like he's enjoying himself.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's fun when you're winning, right?
Right.
And like, what is their
not
record?
when you're losing to Pittsburgh.
He's in the middle of yelling at him about a defensive switch, and then he starts talking about how he didn't have time to make dinner. And they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm not Gazelle. No, don't be bringing that to me."
Yeah. I'm not going to go out on a limb here, but I feel like anyone who had someone on Tampa Bay was really counting on that Steelers game being a fucking blowout.
A breakout game, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you lose to Mitch Trubisky.
Gabe Trubisky.
Not even their starter. Pickett. You lost to Trubisky. Fuck, man.
So,
hey,
Kelly's team 21 from Cousins, who's been steady for him. He's not blowing you out the water, but he's been getting those steady points.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Hey.
Sanders finally came through with a decent game for him. He got 0 from Schultz. What hurt Goat is the donuts he got. He got 3 donuts on his team.
Yeah.
Wilson Jr., Marvin Gordon, and the Bengals defense all got him donuts.
And Metcalf has been pretty decent all season, 4 points. That kind of hurts it too. And look at Christian McCaffrey playing another game. Look at him go. Holy shit.
McCaffrey's averaging 16 points a game.
Not the superstar he was before, but he's also still playing.
I mean, I don't know. 16 points a game is
but he was
good.
getting 26 a game.
Hey.
That's fourth in his position.
But that's what I'm saying is, do you take the fact that he might not be a 26-point guy a game, but you can count on him all season now?
I think part of the reason why he's not that highest score at right now is because the rest of the offense isn't there. Like he doesn't have a
Mhm.
quarterback.
Yeah. So
Robbie Anderson's fighting with coaches and getting kicked off the team.
Yeah, no, Robbie Anderson is he just bought a house in Arizona.
Right.
Yeah.
You're on your second string quarterback.
I bet you he did that on purpose. To get signed that quick?
I got traded.
Right.
They didn't
Well,
drop him. They traded him.
Yeah, but that quick?
Well, yeah, because you fight
knew.
one of the coaches, the team doesn't want him, and it's for an undisclosed draft pick. So okay, take him for now. We'll figure out what we're gonna get for him later. We just don't want him here.
And they're talking trade for McCaffrey. So if he ends up on a team,
There's a lot of talk
with more than one weapon, like if he ends up on a team with a quarterback who is decent,
They're
or
talking.
like
I've heard Rams.
okay, well, like
Oof.
would we be looking at his production go down?
No, it goes up.
No, it goes up.
Right. And
He probably goes back to 25, 26 a game.
I think his likelihood of re-injuring himself goes down if he's not the main guy.
Right. Because you don't have like eight in a box keying on you. But
Yeah,
I mean, even they're keying on him and he's still getting 15, 16 a game.
They're not trading him to Arby's.
No.
When he's on Carolina, the opposing coach is like, wrap your fucking arms around whatever you can grab a Christian McCaffrey. And if he goes to another team where he's not so much the focus, then he is like butter. We'll see.
All right. Next.
Like butter.
Jeremiah Vetter's worst team ever, living up to their name, losing to Mr. Nice's Gotham Rogues 95.5 to 80.5.
I'll take it. At one point early on, it looked like I was going to be the only one to break 100. And then that's when Mary called me annoying. And then I started to trend downward, and I was like, well, that's what I get. That's what I get. Little stitches. I'm happy with it.
Still can't believe you have that dog hater Brees Hall on your
I heard he's been endorsed by Michael Vick.
It's not going to work. I have started Michael Vick before. My first Pop Fantasy Football team had Michael Vick and Ben Roethlisberger.
Listen, you play fantasy football, you're starting some people that you don't want to associate with.
Sure.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, just wait until somebody picks up Deshaun.
Oh shit. When is Deshaun back?
Week 12.
In a couple of weeks.
That's my quarterback's bye week is next week. So
Mahoney's gonna pick him up.
Oh my god,
team.
That's perfect.
Mahoney's gonna need him.
If Mahoney could limp along until Deshaun Jackson comes back, he's gonna suck.
Or just ride Carson Wentz to the Super Bowl, dude.
No.
Mahomes doing steady work for Mr. Nice over here.
Now what? Oh yeah,
averaging 28.5 points a game so far this season.
And that Buffalo game was not
a shootout the way we thought it was.
Right, exactly. So I was a little worried, especially once it started getting so close.
It was a great game though to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watched it. It was a great game. You
I
hear
mean,
Tony Romo predict the final score in the first quarter. What the hell's wrong with this guy's insane?
Yeah, he's like, this isn't going to be a shootout, Jim.
It's going to be like a 24-20 game.
Yeah.
If both these guys can stay healthy, it might be a rivalry for the ages. They might be doing this
for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
What's cool right now is that I say right now, these two teams have a lot of respect for each other. They don't hate each other yet. You keep playing each other like this, and in high stakes games in the playoffs, somebody's gonna hit somebody or somebody's gonna say something, and then they're gonna start hating each other, and that's when it gets really good.
Dun-dun-dun, Dun-dun-dun.
Tell you what, I was real glad I started Harrison Butker because he came back looking like he wasn't gone at all.
He missed one, but he hit that
He did.
ridiculous
That long
one.
motherfucker.
Yeah, they kind of you get them points back on that missed one.
What would have happened if I did not take him off of IR?
He would have stood in IR. What it does is, because I've had it a couple of times this year. I've had a couple of players on IR this year. What it does is it'll leave him on IR, and when you try to make a move, be it a waiver move or something like that, or change your lineup, the system won't let you. It
Right.
says you have to take this guy off of IR first.
Good. Because at one point I was like, I wonder how long I could ride him in IR. But then
sometimes you could get away with it for an extra week.
Yeah.
But the minute you try to make a transaction or move somebody, it says they won't let you.
Speaking of the Buccaneers, I was hoping for a little bit more out of their defense. Isaiah McKenzie has come and left my team like 3 times now.
He's your Gabe Davis.
And then Marquez Valdez-Scantling, it's always a coin flip as to who he's going to throw to.
Yeah, but to have 0.
Yeah, but I had
On the
already wrapped it
Chiefs.
up by then, though.
No, but I mean just not you on your team. I'm talking MVS coming from Green Bay to the Chiefs in a high-powered offense with Mahomes, and you can't even get a catch.
He finally got comfortable with Juju this past week. It looks like him and Juju finally are getting somewhat on the same page. I mean, nobody's replaced Tyreek. Mecole is the closest thing. He could burn right past everybody, and then Juju's doing those crossing routes over the middle. So they're developing a little bit of rapport, and Kelsey's his safety blanket. Whenever he needs a big catch, that's who he's going to.
That's his baba.
There was early on in that game, Mahomes threw to MVS, and it was a big catch. But there was some sort of...
I think it was his touchdown that got called back.
Yes, it was a touchdown because I went from having a double dip touchdown and Butker coming in and kicking an extra point to jack shit in the matter of milliseconds.
Real quick.
One of those where you clap it, you get excited
because like, what the fuck just happened?
Look at this fucking thing just hit like hitting a slot machine. When your quarterback throws to one of your wide receivers and gets a touchdown, and then your kicker's coming up right behind it, and then it's just like, they ruined it.
You mother.
And then he gets 0? Come on. Get out of here.
Yeah, you're on this big high. You went from a long touchdown to nothing.
Holy shit. I just looked at Vetter's bench.
Yeah,
he had nothing.
No real choice.
He had nothing. He had no choice.
He had
2-7 was his highest, and that was defense, and you can only play 1D at a time.
I don't know why he's holding on to the Steelers' defense like that.
Because any moment now, they're going to get their shit together.
Okay.
Oof.
All right,
first week.
Our next game. Thatcher Karate Adjacents beat Johnny Rodriguez's chicken skin duffel bags.
Oh, man. How
86.5 to 80.5.
It was looking like Lee was going to beat him for the better part of Sunday.
All right, I'm gonna have to step in and do a little coaching. I was a little I did it a little bit in the beginning, and I pulled away because we're in the same division, and I never wanted to be accused of if something I told him to do didn't work out,
right?
Being accused of like sandbagging him, right? But there's no way Pittman Jr. There's no way Pittman Jr. should be on his bench, and there's no way Trey Lance should even be on his team.
Oh no!
Yeah, he probably could have dropped Kadarius Toney a long time ago too.
Yeah, considering he's been hurt as well.
Yeah,
or if you wanted to store him on your IR, you could put him on your IR because he is going to come back. I mean,
but he's like, no, that IR spot's for fucking Trey Lance. Get out of here.
As commissioner, could you have you say to Lee, you need to drop Trey Lance, you need to drop Kadarius Toney, you need to start Michael Pittman. These are all simple moves that you can make, If you give me your verbal consent, I will do them for you.
What I did in the week we went head to head, and it cost me the game. This cost me a game against Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I told him tell Lee to sit Pittman Jr. because Pittman Jr. wasn't playing. I said, help Lee with his lineup. He has somebody in his lineup that isn't playing. He adjusted it, and Lee beat me that week. If I have him start Pittman Jr. and Pittman Jr. gets that 0, I win.
I think maybe going the GOAT route
I think
is
so.
smart.
I'll reach out to GOAT.
Yeah. But then GOAT
He's
is
going
having a hard
GOAT
time himself,
route.
so.
Well, yeah, but
GOAT
he
knows
still
what's
give
going on.
some
Yeah.
knowledge
Yeah.
of
Right.
put Pittman in your lineup.
Right,
Fucking
because
GOAT-
Cadbury beat him. He
Fucking
starts.
Trey Lance already.
GOAT propose
He starts
some
Pittman.
trades.
He wins. You know, if he starts Pittman, he wins his game this week.
And then I get one game further away from Thatcher.
That team's looking okay. He got -4 from the Jaguars defense, which is, shit. I mean, you look at his bench. He left Thielen on his bench with 13 points. Claypool on his bench with 18.5. And he started Jackson over Fields, which is fine. You always do that. And
Yeah.
against the Giants, I would have expected more from Jackson. So that
Tad's
wasn't a
team
bad
is
move.
pretty scary. I feel like I don't want to jinx anyone or point any fingers, but it needs a couple injuries. Just a couple minor 2-week sprains.
He has Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook's bound to break his dick at some
Broke
point this
dick
season.
motherfucker.
Or did he already have his broke dick?
Did he miss a game? I thought he still played.
He played, but
played.
he had the setback. Maybe that was his broke dick moment.
Week 2, 4
Okay.
points.
All right. Our last game of the week, Jose Guzman's Run to Justin's beat Matt's Shelbyville Sharks 86.5 to 81.5.
Fuck
And that's
yeah.
only with 7 points from Herbert. I'm sure that fucking scared you.
Yeah, with Trevor Lawrence scoring 26. You fucking assholes. I
He
thought
got only
I had
13. He got 13 points from Rodgers going against the Jets.
I bet you could trade Trevor Lawrence to Mahoney for somebody.
That might be something to look into.
Who's Mahoney got? Who's Mahoney got? What you got, Mahoney?
Going shopping in Mahoney's roster.
What you got, Mahoney?
It's good to see that Amari
Oh, no,
Cooper's
he's
doing
got a
well for you,
quarterback.
Jose.
He's got a quarterback.
Wentz?
No,
Oh, he picked up. Who did he pick up?
Jimmy G.
Yeah, he picked up Jimmy
Oh,
G.
that's a good pickup.
He picked him up today because he didn't pick him up on waivers.
I'd be fine with that.
Because
I
he
was
knew nobody was. He didn't want to waste his waiver spot.
yeah. I've been eyeballing quarterbacks for my bye week next week, and he was in the running for sure.
But that's like I picked up Matt Ryan. I pick up Matt Ryan over Matt Ryan, by the way, surprising to everyone, second in the league in passing yards.
Yeah.
Right? Why would you not, even though he wasn't going to get him in front of me anyway, because I have a worse record than Mahoney does, but why would you not? Who knows? Maybe he did put in a waiver pick for Ryan.
Why you
I
got
don't know.
2 kickers, Mahoney?
I'm talking about people with 2 quarterbacks. He got 2 kickers.
And 2 Ds. D's nuts.
I mean, D's.
Well, he
I
had
got 2
His D's
defenses.
on the buy. His D's on the buy. It was the movie he had to. But I think he was running with 2 kickers last week.
Matt's team, I don't know, man. On paper, it looks like it's supposed to be better, but they're just not performing. Lockett finally came down to earth and gave him 2 points. That motherfucker went off last week when I played him. Cocksucker.
Yeah, Lockett gets 2, and then Zeke gets 14-5.
14.5.
Sharks
Bizarre.
team
well, with
is
Juju on his bench.
Sharks team is a championship team in 2018.
He's got Rodgers and Wilson. Neither scored 20. That's the world we live in right now.
That Green Bay team is something to watch.
Holy
man.
shit! Seeing them get run over by the Jets
Yeah.
is
fucking embarrassing.
real fulfilling, real satisfying.
Him and Devontae just like, man, what the fuck did we do? If I wasn't such a diva, he might not have left. And Devontae's like, God damn it.
That's a wrap.
If I
for,
knew that
the
fucking
scoreboard, by
asshole
the
was
way.
going to
Nice.
stay, I wouldn't have left.
All right. Jose has our standings following week 6.
Butthole Banditos!
He gets so much joy saying the names.
Rolling in first place in that division, Mary, the Dagobah Seagulls, hitting hard at 4-2. Look at you go. 59% chance of making the playoffs. Tito sneaking back in at 2-4. We got a 3-way tie for second.
Or last.
Everyone at 2-4. Brooklyn Dark Knights, Chicken Skin Duffel Bags, and the Turd Fergusons.
Yeah, you know,
all fighting for that spot.
I don't know if Goat should help Lee.
I forgot
No.
Goat's in the same division. Shit. That does
Yeah,
put
but- Go help Lee. Help him.
Help him.
Help him so hard. Running in the Trouser Seeds division, we got at the top. Tell him Kelly eats Band-Aids. 4-2.
on a
holding
2-game
strong.
losing streak.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well,
Is
the
this
Kelly
where he
bots won
loses
3.
6 in a row? Is he going to lose 6 in a row here? Cuck 6, Kelly bot 5,000. Even 3-3. It's computing. What to do with Robbie Anderson? Computing. Computing. At 2-4, we have a tie for the bottom of that division. Worst team ever. Shelbyville Sharks, both 2-4. 2 games behind. 13 and 12% chance of making the playoffs. I feel ya.
Do we know if Kellybot is making any moves, like adjusting their roster, picking up waivers?
They are doing roster adjustments.
Okay.
He has picked up and dropped players.
Good.
This past week, he added Jacoby Brissett and dropped Marquise Brown. So he
Computing.
Is Brown out for the season?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
That's the other reason why they jumped on signing Robbie Anderson was he's gone.
trading.
Right.
Like he gone. All right. Making it weird in the Don't Make It Weird, we got Gotham Rogues at 5-1, crushing
Best
y'all
record
fools.
in the league.
Holy shit. Man on the top with the giggles. 74% chance of making the playoffs. 0.833 winning percentage. You said fuck all y'all's.
Definitely not comfortable in this division, though.
Oof.
One
This
game,
does,
1 week will change all of that.
yeah, this does look like the fight for the wild card. We got Thatcher and Milf Hunter both tied at 4-2. And then me, 4% chance of making the playoffs at 2-4.
So you're
But
saying
you're
there's
saying
a chance.
I got a chance.
But
I'm
then
making
again,
the playoffs. I love my team, and that's what hurts so much. Is I really like my team.
Hey
And
man,
it's just
you're on a winning streak.
second half team. I'm a second half team, baby. Let's
And
do
then
this thing.
Thatcher 1-1. Mel has won 4 in a row. Fuck me.
Yep. He started 0-2.
No, thank you. Definitely not. We need to shuffle these divisions next year. I do not have the fucking blood pressure for this wild card bullshit every season. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, that here is what we can expect for week 7.
No.
All right. First up, I am going to beat my wife. Actually, no. According to this, my wife is going to beat me by 0.1 points.
This is basically a coin flip, according to ESPN.
I am not happy that Cooper Kupp has taken a week off.
What a bum. Don't be lazy, Cup. Get back up.
But, at least I'll get it out of the way. But then next week I got to deal with Mahomes. So,
Mahomes.
The bottom few spots of my roster are open to whomever will perform well. And I am out there on the waiver wire switching things up depending on how the wind blows. I am not beholden to anyone unless you're scoring double digits every week.
Mm-hmm.
And I suggest, I was surprised to see, as far as transactions go, me and Mahoney, as of earlier today, were tied. He's probably surpassed me by now, but get out there. He's 4-2. I'm 5-1. Make some fucking roster moves. Who's out there?
It's Slim's Pickens, though, now.
Yeah.
It's Slim's.
It is slim. So, yeah. That should be a fun weekend. We're both gonna get our COVID booster on Saturday, and then we'll just beat it out all day Sunday.
Beat it out.
Next up, we got Lee versus Jose. Lee projected 99. Jose projected 94.
That's where I like it.
And you're probably gonna make some. Oh, you got Hopkins in there, projected for 11.3. Let's see. Let us see. And I'm looking at Lee's team. I completely forget that he has Kyler Murray and Tyreek Hill. So
it's not bad. He just has to start Pittman.
Yeah, but they're playing against that superstar team, Pittsburgh.
I mean, I think we've determined who needs to talk to Lee about his roster, and I think it's Jose.
Yeah, his roster looks great. I can say I heard something about this kid coming out of college named Trey Lance you might want to put in your starting lineup.
Tell him to put that kid he saw play football, high school football with Nicole.
Yeah. Put them all in, baby.
I'll give Lee $10 if he remembers the final score of that game.
Points.
He didn't stay for the end.
He didn't?
No, he was able to get out of there before the end of it.
He just did for the photo op and then left.
Bless his heart.
He said, I'm not fighting through this fucking traffic.
I don't care who wins this. They're all losers. All right. We got Tito up against Vetter. Tito projected 96.7. Vetter projected 82.9. At this
buy
point,
bug hitting me this week.
What's that?
The buy bug is hitting me this week. I can't start Allen. Can't start Singletary. Gabe Davis.
Oh. But then you're still all except for your quarterback and your RB1, you're projected to beat Vetter at.
Yeah, but you get fucking Devontae back unless he's suspended.
And Amon-Ra comes back. No, what they're doing with him is he's going through. They're basically following whatever the judicial process is. So unless they come back with some sort of guilty verdict, he gets to continue to play.
Kind of like with the Kamara thing.
Yeah, the same thing.
Until there's an actual charge, they're like,
yes,
we nothing happened, which I mean is kind of fair unless something happened, nothing happened.
Right.
Oh, Vetter doesn't even have Diggs this week. That hurts.
Oh man, that Diggs.
At this point, while changing your team name, we've determined mid-season is bad luck, but do you really want to roll with worst team ever? Because I feel like
but if he ends up finishing like shit, he has lived up to his team name.
Well, okay, not only has he lived up to his team name, but also if he doesn't finish in last place, that means there were people worse than the worst team ever.
Oh man.
And that does kind of hurt. If you get beat by worst team ever, that stings. So
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah, I might stay with it at this point.
Baby, come back.
Thatcher up against Mahoney. Mahoney projected to win with 104.7 over Thatcher's 95.7. Thatcher's got a couple questionable dudes. Ooh, Lamar Jackson is currently questionable, but projected for 28 points. That's wild. That shit is ESPN. You wild.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got a shitload. Oh, his kicker's on a bye too. He needs to pick up a kicker.
Yeah.
And then he's got 4 buys on his bench.
His big guys too. Cook, Brown.
Everybody on his team's by.
What are we expect? Okay.
So Mahoney, Bills are on a bye, obviously, so he sits the Bills defense, picks up the Jets because fuck them, they're going against the Broncos.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think if Garoppolo can come through for Mahoney,
Garoppolo needs to score his average. If Garoppolo scores the 17 points he's been averaging, Mahoney will be happy.
Yeah. And that'll at least get him to Deshaun Watson. A little Garoppolo stopgap action. All right.
He's gonna do it. Do you think he's gonna pick it? Can we?
No, I don't. I mean, if the numbers are right, But I'm gonna rag on him about it, especially with the Breece Hall bit going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Next up, we got Shark beating Goat 100.1 to 83.6.
Everything with Shark comes down to Aaron Rodgers and Kamara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what can those guys do for you?
Lockett,
Rodgers
McLaurin.
questionable, Lockett questionable, Hayden
Those are
Hurst
up in the air
questionable.
points. Zeke against Detroit, that might be a good move.
Do
That
you flip
Broncos
somebody
D.
out and put Juju in?
Yes.
I might consider putting Juju in and setting McLaurin.
Probably. I mean, it sucks because
Yeah.
they're playing against Green Bay and everyone's fucking up Green Bay, but also, I mean, but who knows? Heineke comes in and fucking Heineke and
Lights
McLaurin have chemistry.
Had a chemistry. You're absolutely
So
right.
maybe Heineke comes in and fucking McLaurin flourishes again. It's tough. I say drop them all.
Heineke's been
And
injured.
if I'm GOAT, I sit Gordon and put Robinson Jr.
Yes.
in that flex spot.
That or trade them to me. Either way you want to go. Either way.
Oh, Tua's
I would
supposed to
sit
come back.
Lockett. I'd sit Lockett. Leave McLaurin. Take the chance on Heineke McLaurin. Sit Lockett and put in
Juju
yeah.
or Marvin Jones. Well, Marvin Jones had a first.
No, I'd go Juju because I put my money on Mahomes before I put it on Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Yes.
And if they're finally starting to click, like that's the Juju you've been waiting for. You've been waiting for that clicking with Mahomes Juju. So maybe you ride that hot streak, sit Lockett.
I don't know, but Lockett's been hot. Look at Lockett's weekly. Okay, week 1, 3.5. Then we got 14, 11, 10, 24, and then last week was 2. Juju has only just started to last week was 19.5. That was his best week.
Yeah, before that he's been kind of garbage.
So
what
what's
I
the
tend to do is
matchup?
when I look at receivers, I tend to look at their targets. So I let you know how many times the quarterback's even looking his way. So if you look at Juju's targets, he's 8, 3, 8, 8, 8, and 5. So last week he was 5 for 5, 5 targets, 5 receptions. So that's what really came through for him. The other times, either it's a bad ball or he's just not catching it. Like the week before, he had 8 targets and only 3 receptions. So either he wasn't catching it or something was off there. But he should have had a better game than that.
Thank you for pointing out that little column in the stats. Tito. That is very cool. I thought it was
He's
counting
like, oh,
how
shit.
much tar they had. Because it's like I see, okay, opponent, receptions, yards, average, touchdown, tar, car, yards.
Yeah.
We got tars and cars here, but now I know that's targets, so I appreciate it. Learn something new every week. Goat has 2 people out on a bye, so these projections could definitely change.
Yeah, I think Goat's gonna make some moves here.
Do you count on Brady finally having a comeback week against Carolina?
I think so.
Or do you risk it all and start Tua?
No.
Yeah, you can't start Tua until you see it for a game.
Sure.
I need to see it for a game. Those are injuries that, like, if he gets sneezed on, he's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's too soon after the concussion. The longer you go without a concussion from your last concussion, the least likely it's going to happen.
Consider this though, because of the Tua thing, and who else? There was the guy that they brought the ambulance out onto the field for.
The Indy running back,
and
was it Naheem Hines?
Yes,
Hines.
So, like, mostly because of the Tua thing, the concussion protocols this season are insane. Especially when you think of Tua, who people claim that the NFL should not have allowed him back on the field. There's no way they're going to start him unless he is 100%, I feel.
Yeah, but that still doesn't mean he takes one hard hit early and he's out for the rest of the game.
Sure.
That's why I'm saying before I put Tua automatic talent-wise, yeah, I'd love to have him in my lineup. I would love to have been able to pick him up because when that happened, somebody dropped him. But I would still want to see it for 1 week and then play him.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. I see Goat still holding on to Cam Akers. I think that's a smart move.
Is it though?
It is, because if he gets traded to the right team,
Cam Akers was garbage when he was playing,
traded,
though.
If he gets traded to the right team, and this could be the little fire that he needs under his ass to get himself going,
I mean,
he might be able to do something.
Or maybe it's just not there like it was.
And it's not like he's burning a hole in his bench, because he could put Robinson Jr. in his lineup.
Yes, no, Robinson Jr. should definitely be in his lineup. That dude's about to fucking turn it on.
So how he came out to 50 cents when he made his entrance?
I did not. What did he come out to?
To many men.
That's a good
says
song.
many men wish death upon me.
You're gonna get shot playing music like that again. You're just asking for those fuckers to come back and find you. Oh, that is a good song.
And then last up, we got Melf Hunter against the Cucked Six Kelly Bot 5000, 107.7 the mix for Melf Hunter, and 92 degrees
FM jams.
So looks like they both have full starting lineups.
Yep. Mel starting Tannehill, who he just picked up since Hurts is on a bye.
Well, goddamn, there might not be any quarterbacks left for me next week when I'm on a bye.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll
You're
see.
gonna end up having to pick up Deshaun.
Kelly Bye got to keep an eye on how Robbie Anderson takes in Arizona.
Yeah, because that might be the next.
That might be a nice good move there.
The next jam.
Could you imagine?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas is back this week.
Is he though? Is that official?
He's
slated to return for the Colts for a big week. Yep, he's slated to return against the Titans.
Kelly's got him in his starting lineup. Or Kelly Bot.
Cuckbot 6015.
I don't know if Kelly Bot will start Robbie Anderson.
I think Kelly
No, I don't think he will. I think he'll sit him, see how the week goes, analyze beep boop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And see if he wants to put him in.
Okay, he make catches. People. Still counts as cool hair. People.
Well, let's see if this week we can have more than one team score over 100 points. Let's get some 140s going again in this league. Come on. Make it exciting.
I'm going for 140.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, that'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
Final thoughts heading into week 7 from the Commissioner Tito.
Buys. You see a lot of teams having to make last minute adjustments through their bye weeks. So take a minute to look ahead. Look at next week. See who you have going on buys. Try to pick up who you need to pick up if you can. You can't always do it, right? If you could pick up a player here or there, a defensive kicker, that'll help you solve your bye week problems for the following week. But a lot of teams getting hit by that bye bug this week.
Yeah. I'm still pretty confident there's at least going to be a quarterback who can put up 15 points that's available next week for me. Or somebody will have dropped somebody, or who knows. But I might get fucked. But
I think you're gonna get a lot of people after this week dropping quarterbacks because they don't need them.
Yeah,
the sturdy Wentz may be out there for you.
Yeah, and really, those dime a dozen white boys, you just got to pick the right one on the right week. It's like streaming defenses.
Right, you got to pick the matchup.
What do you think, Jose?
I think here's a cool little move. If you got extra depth and you're hit with a little bye week, do a 2-for-1 trade. See if somebody will bite. Because not only will that free up the space that now you can pick up a player for your bye position that it then becomes expendable, but then you may become stronger in a situation where you didn't really think you could get that player.
I like that.
The 2-for-1 is a good deal. In the other league, I pulled off a 2-for-1 for DeAndre Swift. Freed up a spot, picked up a kicker because my kicker was on a bye. It worked out. 2 guys on my bench wouldn't even play them because even with the bye week, my wide receiver depth was so strong, my buys was covered.
Right.
Still not using them. So at that point, they were expendable to me. If I'm not using you on my bye week and you're not doing better than the guys I have starting, I'll try a 2-for-1. 2-for-1s.
Don't do 3-for-1s. You throw those away.
Yeah, because the 3-for-1s are hard because it's not a 3-for-1. It's a fucking 4-for-1. Because now you have to drop somebody off your current lineup that you're not getting any value for because he's not even part of the trade.
Mm-hmm. Well, you would have to drop 2 with a 3-for-1 trade.
Yeah. That's even work. Yeah.
I mean, that works if you got a bunch of garbage on your bench.
Right. But then at that point, I'm making it, how about 3-for-3? You take my shit, I'll take your shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we both drop these guys on their own time. Or let's cut the shit and just go 1-for-1.
I mean, this is how the NFL works, right? We're just doing what they do, but on a smaller scale.
There you go.
Speaking of your 2-for-1 in one of your other leagues, Jose, how are you doing across your 5 leagues?
Well, okay. Let's do this. I am 2-4 in one league. My quarterback situation is fucking destroying me.
Trending up or trending down? Because in this league, you've got
just
a 2-game winning streak.
I'm trending up. I'm trending up on that one. That's the one I just pulled off the DeAndre Swift trade.
All right.
Because my wide receivers are Debo, Amon St. Brown, Christian Kirk. And I traded away Gallup and Ayuk when Ayuk had a good game. But I have Dalvin Cook, who's on a bye. So Christian Kirk easily pops out of my lineup for Dalvin Cook. My running backs are Travis Etienne and Ramondre Stevenson. So now I'm a little heavy on the nice running backs.
Do you ever find yourself confusing who you have on what team?
A little bit, but not really. The thing that sucks the most is when
I know what you're going to say.
This guy does well, I win. but I'm playing against him, and if he
Another
does
league,
well,
yeah.
I lose.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's like, well, go fuck
You root
yourself,
for him.
huh?
You root for him on one side, and on the other side, you want him to do well, but maybe not too well.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, just do well enough. I win here, but not well enough where I lose there.
Where yeah.
So I'm 2-4 in this league. This is my beauty show, peeps. When I'm working on the road, I got the disc golf league. I'm 2-4. Disappointing, because this is the league I blew up. First game I put up like 209, and then my team fucking like it has not. But this team, I have the stack of Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, and then I have Devontae Adams and Justin Jefferson. So when I live and die by my wide receivers, and this is the one you can play one running back and 4 wide receivers if you want, or 2 running backs and 3 wide receivers.
Shit's wild.
There's no flex. It's just, one of those. So there I'm 2-4. Old school Margaritaville league, I'm 4-2.
Whoa, that's the big money league.
Up on top on that one. Apparently the disc golf league's more money. Don't tell the lady, but
Oh shit.
I thought it was one thing to get in, and it was double that one thing. But if I just win one of these, it all washes out. This one hurts because this is the one where I had fucking Russell Wilson. So I've been lucky. Like right now, I'm starting Geno Smith. That's where I'm at. That's my fucking. But I got Eckler, Pierce, Ayuk. I'm on Higbee, Bills D. This is the one where D scores like they start at 30. It's wild. And then run to Justin's, I'm 2-4. And then the family league, I am 2-4.
Wow.
Now, do you take it easy on the family league?
No.
What do you mean
Fuck
take
everybody.
it easy?
There's no take it easy.
He told me the buy-in was $50. I'm like, fucking what?
It's a money league for the family league too.
Yeah.
Oh, Thanksgiving must be interesting, huh?
Well, this is the first year.
Oh, okay.
This is the first year.
Expect people not to be talking to each other by the end of the season.
Yeah. Well, this one I fucking drafted Russell Wilson too. I had Russell Wilson, Cortland Sutton. I did the Mahoney. But now I'm starting Geno Smith in this one. I got Geno, Alvin Kamara, Travis Etienne, Amon St. Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, Mark Andrews, Brian Robinson Jr., the Bucks, Justin Tucker.
My brain is spinning, and this is why I didn't do a second fantasy football league. Real quick before we go, in the chat, Pig's Feet says, I'm 2-4, half PPR. What is half PPR? Oh, it's half a point.
It's just
Half point PPR.
yeah. Not the like we do the full point.
Gotcha.
No, we do have we do half as well.
Oh, we do have to.
So the question
Never mind.
is,
Fuck me, right?
I'm trading Jeff Wilson and Mike Williams for Montgomery and Jerry Judy. Am I crazy?
No.
Yeah, I feel like that's a really good deal.
No, I think that's a good deal.
Capitalizing.
That could change your season, so fuck it.
Montgomery's steady. He's not flashy, but he is steady, man.
He
Especially
got
catching
hurt.
those passes out those.
He was out 1 week, 2 weeks, but
2 weeks.
He's been decent.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think
to the point where he shut down Khalil Herbert from scoring like 36 points from 1 week to 1.
so. I think that's a solid trade on his part. I do that.
Get it, Pig's Feet. Do it.
Dip
That being said,
shit in Carolina Gold barbecue and take it to the bank.
be sure to smash that like button, Pig's Feet, and subscribe to Panels on Pages on YouTube at youtube.com/panelsonpages. Listen to Pop Fantasy Football live every week and chat with us in real time and get our fantasy football insight on your league, and we'll tell you who to trade for, and don't come back blaming us if you lose. Also, you can listen to the Panels on Pages podcast live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Last night, our buddy Kelly opened up a box of Japanese garbage, and it was such a good time. You can find that on YouTube. You could watch that whole thing. Download Pop Fantasy Football on your favorite podcast app. We got merch at merch.panelsonpages.com. And join the PoP Discord. New people at the PoP Discord at discord.panelsonpages.com and get involved in the discussion in the PoP Fantasy Football channel. As always, we'll leave you with some parting words from the late, great John Madden. Sometimes it do be that way. On behalf of Tito Cruz, Dan Mahoney, who is on assignment, Jose Guzman, and myself, Jason Nyes, thanks for joining us for PoP Fantasy Football 2022 Week 6 recap. Good luck to everyone in this league and beyond, and we will see you next week.
ESPN, the global leader in sports. The whole thing's fucked.